Hi, good morning, good evening, everyone, wherever you are in the world. Thank you. I appreciate that you took your time out your day to be here to watch this video or listen. It's better if you watch, but if you can't watch, guess listen is good also, right? I'm trying to add some value to your life, all right? We learn and grow together. Like, subscribe, hit the share, hit the notification bell. That way, you're able to get notified when I release a new video. Alright? Gotta give my disclaimer every single time. I'm not your financial advisor. I don't give financial advice. Seek your financial advisor in your area or wherever. Make sure it's a professional, someone that knows what they're doing, right? You know, do the right thing for yourself, alright? Alright. Got a new mic, so hope it's better than the one before. All right. So I went to the screener, right? Follow the mouse, and I hit the VRE. Make sure you do your research. Let's look at this one. HAAB. We're doing technical analysis. We're not doing fundamental. All right. Fundamental is way different. All right. You see my other indicators. All right. I'm gonna talk about that in a separate video. All right. I'm gonna talk about this indicator with the arrow a bit, but not in depth. I haven't gone in depth yet. It's gonna be long because my indicators are packed with so much different things. Alright, we're talking about this one. So I put so much different things into it. You have your EMA and it's mixed with the Bollinger in it. 64, SMA, 200, VWAP. Alright, so let's put that VWAP and let's take off this 64 and the 200. Alright, here's a VWAP. See it? See the green line? For those that have a hard time, you know, you're limited by how much indicators you could have. I put so much in there that could help you. I have my signal system, right? I have the background. I have a multi-time frame system, but I'm not going to talk about that right now until I get more subscribers and on my trading view. Then I'll talk about that. I'm not gonna release everything in the world, man. Like if I'm not getting followers or I put a lot of work, man. Oh, you think it's not work? It's a lot of work. It's a lot of thinking. It's a lot of it was not easy, right? I mean, I had all the ideas already a long time ago in my black and white book from the 80s, right? Of course, I've written it down. This was all already in my head, but I took what's in my head and made a mathematical um, expression of that. But anyway, if you get confused, you could just clean the whole thing off, right? All right. Let's um let's go to Tesla or something. Let's see what AMD is doing. So I'm giving a little previews of the stuff I already made, but I'm not gonna go in depth with this. But look, see, you have your percentage for those that's the table confused. This might help you, right? So you just one little thing, you can make it. You could take off the lines. It got a oscillator in it too. You could do both. I'll talk about that another time. I have my D wave system. Gonna talk about that another time or another video. Well, let's talk about this one, right? My DVD system V 4.7 clean optimized. 'Cause you know why I made so much of it, right? And I'm up to different versions for real. All right, all right. So just give you an idea. It pairs with the table. If you don't want to do the table, I'm gonna leave the table up there so you see that they match in a sense, right? But you have my signal, bing, it's going down, and then normally when we are designed that signal system, that's like my idea. That's not something I got from somewhere else. But anyway, um, it you got the hit right, and it normally goes until it turns at least 3 times. So you pair that with the bias system, right? Um, I could set the bias to go more than 3, but to make it simple, once I see it hit 3, it's gonna I'm expecting some reversal. I don't know exactly when, but I'm on the lookout for that. I have my intensity, the free one that I gave to the people that join my trading view. You don't have to, it's free. Um, my intensity is on, and I have it so you can see, especially with if you don't have the candles on, you can see the lines. Now you have a line going across, or you could call a ray or whatever, right? And now you can see your levels. I thought about that a long time ago. Like I'm like, that'd be so cool if somebody had that. I don't know if somebody have that, but I built it. So now I can see right there exactly um where am I, right? Especially when I'm using the lines, right? So let's watch the system, but also you gotta understand the market structure and kind of know where you are along with indicators. None of these indicators are holy grail, so you gotta understand like I said in the other videos is compression and release. Like see which one are you in right now, right? I'm gonna leave those other indicators on. Have my oscillator and these indicators and packed. This one is packed, with different things too. Right? So I'll talk about that another day. This one, make things simplify if the table is just too much for some people. Right? I understand. I understand if it's too much. Right? For the nerds out there like me, right? It might not be too much, but not everybody a nerd. Shout out to all the nerds out there, all the geeks and the nerds, cause we run the world in a sense almost. Look at Elon and all of them, Musk and all of that. All right, let's just center. Right. So I'm gonna on my 3 stage bear, so let's watch it. We're gonna do live. I just I'm doing a lot of things, so um, but we're gonna do live very soon, hopefully by the end of this week. So that's AMD right now. It's not looking. It's 195, right? You can see, could draw a box right here. I'll draw a box because I could see it. See the range. Let me just, I'm drawing that a little bit bigger so you could see. I would have put it here, but I'm gonna put it here just so you could see. See, like right here would be the box. I'll leave it right there, and then you see this is what where I'm a little range because we're in the 5 minute. It's not the bigger picture range again, but it's the little range that we're playing in. Go for the pen. So look, I was playing tennis. So technically, if you're looking at the bigger picture, you're not trading in the 5 minute. You know, this could be just um, like a compression zone, right? Gathering energy in a sense. Now, based on my indicators, it could come out the box, right? It's all red, but since I'm on my third of my bias system, I'm expecting it to go come out of the box a little bit and then turn green. This is 11:15 a.m. All right, so it's Monday, February 23rd, 11:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, New York time. All right, East Coast. All right, let's I'm gonna hide this bottom one. I'll just keep it there. You can see. All right, so these areas, it's the bottom. See, it hits. Let's get the pen. All right, see. If I draw the line like I showed in the video before, let's put the line. It hit this zone or this area one time. Can't do one good. Need a pen. I have a pen. I'll just put it on. I have one of those pen things I could write with. Two. Right. I'll just do circles. You just have to watch the videos. Three. Right. It's about. So when it returned over here to that area, it's around that area 4. Right. See. So support and resistance is, from my understanding, is based off of people memory. Why that doesn't work? Because people remember, well, it turned one time, two times, three times. So now over here, 4 times, they was expecting it, but it wasn't as powerful, right, as these. Right, it got played out in a sense sometimes, right? But let's see. The market been open. Things is running slow because it's 11, 7, 17 around. You have to figure out the flow. You're gonna see different times in a day. It's gonna, market open, bing, run fast. People get hyper, and then lunchtime, almost like I call it that, right? But this is moving slow right now. But look, see, it it did it. it moved up because people are putting why moved up is a magic. No, people know the same thing I know or understand, and they're putting their money here. The money is moving it, right? Orders are going in, right? So it wasn't just like, oh, it's because I draw a line, it happened. No, it's because people put limit orders or market orders there, and they're reacting to what I could see, what I'm trying to show you, so you could see it too. They see it because they train themselves to see it, right? You ever knows like you ever knows those other body guys, and they look at your car and they could say, oh, it was hit here, and you're like, what? Oh, somebody paint this here, and you're like, you don't even know it because you're not trained to know it, right? But if you train yourself to know it, you know it. And once you know it, you can't unsee it, right? So I'm trying to get you guys or ladies to see these things so you can see where it's playing in, right? And that's why it react there. So again, you have educated analysis of what's gonna go on, what you expect. I can't tell you how long this gonna stay pushing up, right? I can't tell you that, but I'm expecting it to at least go hit the top of this right here. So let's get the ruler to see how much percent that is, right? Which it would be, wow, that was 4.7% if it goes all the way here from 196 to 204, right? So that's cool, right? It's a nice little percentage right there. Obviously, the more money you have, the more you're gonna get back with your 4%, right? So let's watch that in action. Let's see. All right, I have the VIX. I have to go in depth and talk about that a little bit. You could also do your research in the VIX. It's gonna look like the inverse of the S&P and the Nasdaq, right? So if the S&P is going up, the VIX gonna be going down, and vice versa, right? You can look into that. A lot of people, a lot of pros use the VIX to make decision, right? So looking at the Nasdaq, so if you don't have a lot of screen now, I could see get an idea of how the Nasdaq is looking. I have it rotating every 10 seconds, right? So this is just like tennis right now, right? So goal is to break out of this box and go crazy, either one or the other direction. I'm not saying that you can't make money in ranges then, little range, because like okay, kind of I could predict it in a sense because it's back and forth, back and forth, back and forth tennis, right? Again, I'm not saying that it's gonna it's gonna go all the way to the top right now. I don't know for sure, but that's why I have my indicators to give me an idea. Right now, things is weak, is look as sluggish. Like the action started 9:30 and that's gone, right? So let's watch it for a while, right? While we're watching, I'm gonna talk about how I look at these time frames. How I look at it. I'm gonna give you like two analogies or examples of how I look at it and try to break it down so you can understand a little bit of how I view it, right? So if you're a parent, right, and let's take, I'm not hide my alright, they ain't gonna figure it out anyway. So I was gonna hide my indicator at the bottom because I haven't spoke about it yet, but it doesn't matter. Um, if you're a parent and you have a child and you have them in your hand and you're walking with the child, so you're the parent, you're like the daily or the monthly or the weekly, right? So if you're going north, look at the lower time frames as like the child, right? And you're holding a child hand, right? The child is hyperactive. Say if the child is hyperactive, they're going back and forth, back and forth. That would be like the 1 minute or the 5 minute, right? But you're going north. So while the 1 minute and the 5 minute is going back and forth, and you see it goes down, and oh, you think the market is dropping, you have to always look at the bigger picture, which is the daily, the monthly, the weekly, right? So, so be the daily, the weekly, and monthly. You got it, right? So imagine you're holding your son or your daughter hand. You're going north, but they're going up and down, moving back and forth. They just had some candy. They're hyperactive, but you're holding their hand. So that's in a sense of how I look at it, right? So top down approach. So when you go to the lower time frames, you get more opportunity if you want that quick action in and out today, right? Or you know, I'll say today, right? You want it quick, you're gonna go in and out. So, but you have a picture that okay, the higher time frames look good as the parent. You could even say if maybe it's the parent. Maybe you could call it names if you want, like the dailies, the mother, the father, and I don't know, the 4 hour or whatever is the uncle or the the sister. I don't know if you want to call it that, right? But that's the one that have more presidents, that have more substance. You're looking at the bigger picture. You go down to the lower time frames, you get that quick action. If I'm investing, um, I am, which is different from trading, right? I'm looking at the bigger picture, the monthly, the weekly, the daily, right? The big shots, the Wall Street guys, the people that's in the know, the people that even know things that you don't know, they're not focused so much on this 5 minute, 1 minute thing, right? Some of them they do trade. Yes, the banks trade. Yeah, right. For those don't, back to the video before this, some think evil and all of that. When they, let's go into that a little bit, right? Might sidetrack a little bit, but let me stay on focus, and then I'll talk about that what I want to talk about. So let's back to the parent thing. So you're holding your child hand, and they have to take many steps, right? You're taking one step. They took like probably 10 steps in between that, because they got these little feet, right? So that is how I explain like the 1 minute and the 5 minute be like little child hyperactive back and forth, and then you got the bigger picture, which is the parent. I know I'm probably repeating myself, but that's how the way I am, right? And so look at it that way. And if you drive, you could look at the odometer, right? You have the one that spins for fast, that's on the right side, right? It's spinning fast. It's like the 1 minute, the 5 minutes, and then you incrementally go up. That'll be the the daily and the monthly. You see the mileage that don't barely move, right? Gotta take a whole year for that to move. That'll be like the daily and the monthly and so forth. You can look at it that way, right? But what's gonna have the beginning, start, and impact? Yes, it's gonna be the fast number, right? Gonna be the child that's gonna be more sensitive to change, right? And then a bigger picture later, right? So you get an understanding of this multi-time frame thing, right? There. So it is. If you look at the 1 minute, I wouldn't try to, as your new person, trade on the 1 minute and stuff like that. But you could look at it so you could get an picture of it how it moves, because the way it moves the same on the 1 minute as the daily, is just slower. Like it's like the patterns and all of that stuff is, but you could take a look so you could see, um, get you could see action. Because if you go to the let's go to the daily or 24 hour, like you don't see nothing, right? No movement. But now you see the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture, right? And just see the little box that we draw, the yellow little box, and that line that's right there. because of my intensity. No, actually, I drew that line a long time ago. I didn't even know it. 'Cause we on AMD, so that line, that white line, I drew a long, long time ago, and yes, so you could see, you could have areas where you see where reactions. So these are, I have my lines, right? Don't go follow my lines. I'm teaching you to learn your own lines, right? Um, those are my lines. Let's go to something that I don't have lines on, right? Um, let's pick something. It's green. I don't know, EHAB or whatever. EHAB, right? That's for the screener, right? I have the VWAP there. Let's go. Um, VWAP is on, right? Let's go 1 minute. So I'm gonna zoom out or something because it's a little bit. See, and this is already rocket up from the 23rd, so it's not too much things there. But you know, let's see what Tesla. I'll just you have to have your watch list, people, right? Things that you're watching. You're not supposed to be having 10 different things. You wanna have. You wanna focus on a couple um, tickers, right? Tesla not looking so good, right? And according to my indicator, and then you look at the S&P, not looking so good right now, right? It's on the third R3 of my bias system, so I'm looking for some turn to happen. Meaning, if it's red, looking for green. If it's green, if it's on the third, then looking for red, right? Um, but the bigger picture is gonna take precedence. Let's look at 4 hour, right? And Tesla is it's at look. See, I have my intensity indicator on, and you see the line, so you can see, and now you can even see. You know, it looks like I should even draw a line here, right? That's right. I'm on the 24-hour daily. You want to draw your major support and resistance. Look at your weekly, and you look at your daily. That's where you're gonna get the major ones from, right? You can see them so clear. Look how clear it is. I have old lines, people, so I've been have my lines drawn. Let me take the VWAP. It's not the VWAP. Is part of my optimized system, right? But is my optimized system where I have my math set up in there. See, I have my green, and it's still on the green. It's not hit. And then my bias system, which is on 3. So like I said, like rush number 1 or wave number 1, number 2. So I want to say if I get the 1, then I jump in, and I'm gonna wait till 2. I don't like to go to 3. It's like it's you're pushing the limits. Like, yes, it could work, but you'll be pushing the limits. So um, it is turned off for weekly, daily. After 6 hour, this table is turned off. I programmed that way because then it don't become accurate. It will work though in crypto, as I said before, but the reason why it's because crypto is 24/7 in the market. Have these breaks and then they mess up the math, right, and whatnot. So this my optimized system. So you have the visuals in the background. I'm gonna get in depth. I have things to do. This is the video for today. I hope you learned something new. I hope I had add value. It wasn't so much in depth, but these in depth things is gonna come. It will come one day at a time. They said Rome was not built in one day, and the Creator God did not create Earth in one day, right? Or the entire thing, right? So, and he even took a break, right? So, one day at a time. I appreciate everyone. I can't wait for us to grow. Comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way, I don't have to keep, you know, I don't have to remind anyone to watch videos. Um, if I'm gonna create more things to make it easier, GitHub and all of that is coming. Just need to the time to do it. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate everyone. More to come, more to come. More indicators, not just one. More indicators for people. I just gotta explain it for you. Right, more indicators down here. Alright, as my, I'm not gonna tell you right now, but it's my indicator. Things to make it simple. I have different indicators for different folks, different strokes for different folks. Right. Thank you again. Appreciate it very much. Have a wonderful um, production, prosperous, uplifting day.